In October, the Australian Motorcycle Grand Prix comes to Phillip Island. Also in October, coming to the PlayStation 2, is MotoGP the game. I'm here at the Phillip Island Grand Prix racing circuit to see how the track in the game stacks up against the track in real life. Now on the track, I've got here with me Steve Brogy from California Superbike School. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks, Andy.
Now we're here at a ride day today. Can you explain to me how these things generally work?
Well, a ride day is basically where people get to come and ride their motorcycle at a speed that they are comfortable with at a track that they, well, it's Phillip Island. It's the best in the world.
Okay, so I've got the ZX6 here. I'm ready to hit the track. Having a little bit of trouble with turn 2, double apex, is it?
Yeah, turn 2 is a really tricky one, because you actually enter the corner faster than you exit it, which means that you've got to wash some speed off somewhere. Most people tend to want to try to hold the inside line all the way around, and then as the corner tightens up, they end up drifting out really wide on the exit. So the trick is to come in, sort of clip your first apex, then let the bike sort of drift a little bit wider in the middle part of the turn, and then bring it back for the last bit, and then you can get the good drive out down to turn 3.
Probably one I had the most trouble with was turn 10. I'm not a downhill kind of a guy, so it's tell me about that.
Well, MG corner or turn 10 is a lot like turn 4 in that, you're coming into it at a higher speed. Only this time, not only are you going faster, you're also coming down from a blind corner beforehand. And most people tend to exit turn 9 sort of halfway across the track. So one of the keys is to try to keep the bike fairly tight on the exit of turn 9. And you really want to sort of start backing it off before you can see turn 10. The old rule is if you can see turn 10 before you back off, then you're probably going to go on the grass, So you need to back it down and get on the brake. And again, hold it right over to the left for as long as you can. There's a bit of curbing there, like some coloured ripple strip. If you want to get sort of right over the white line to the left, right to there, and then turn it pretty quickly and get it in for the apex. And that's, the easiest way. Again, a slow corner though, you don't want to try to make up too much ground there, or else you end up with gravel rash on your bike and body. Not good.
MotoGP 07 for the PlayStation 2 has been developed by Capcom, who are better known for games like Resident Evil, Devil May Cry and Lost Planet, so this is quite a departure for them.
It's our first licensed sports game. It's also one of our first Western developed games, so it's a big step for us.
So real world versus the game? Well, we focused on Phillip Island today, and making the trip to the island certainly gave me a better feel for the PlayStation 2 representation of the track. Even under controlled conditions, I was never going to reach race speeds at the island.
If you're like most riders, you start getting up over the mid-200s mark, 250, 260, and it starts getting a little sort of uncomfortable.
But in-game was a different story. Although smoother turns seem to be harder to pull off with a game controller, but I guess that's what arcade mode is for. All right, now coming down the front straight, when should I be looking to hit the brakes?
As soon as you think you need to. For someone like myself, I normally ride a Suzuki GSX 1000 around here, which would be one of those bikes that would have the top speed of around the 300 kilometres an hour. And I normally brake at roughly the 100 metre marker to 80 metres. So turn 1's a very, very fast corner. You're entering that turn at probably just above the 200 mark, 210, 215. By the time you get to the apex of the turn, you're probably at about 200, maybe just below 195, around that sort of area. So it's very, very fast corner, and you're straight back on the gas, so you can keep your bike stable and driving up to the next corner.
So MotoGP is coming to the PlayStation 2 towards the end of October. But if you want to try this in real life, Steve, how can people get in touch with the Superbike Racing School?
Well, for California Superbike School, they can ring 1300 793 423 or visit our website, which is simply superbikeschool.com.au.
This is Andy Wells signing off for Big Pond Game Arena. Just time for one more lap of the track. A big thanks also to Activision, Suzuki, Dunlop Tyres and the guy who trashed his bike on turn 4 for a great track day at Phillip Island. Now, I'm not ashamed. Explain to everyone else what this white band means.
Well, the white is the least ambitious of the groups, shall we say, speed-wise.
I'm here at the Phillip Island Grand...